there is a legit chance, Brandon, and this might actually get you to tune in, a legit chance that someone could A, either die in this match, or B, they just get into a real shoot fight.
It's pretty okay.
Most sport shows just are like super serious, NFL, NBA. I'm a fan of pro wrestling. I'm going to try to convert Brandon, although I haven't convinced him to watch any wrestling thus far. So we want to preview the big wrestling shows, the big wrestling show. So WWE usually has 2 a month, 3 if NXT's in the fold. And coming up now is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. It's Money in the Bank, and we're going to welcome back to the Impact Zone our friend, Lyle Kuis.
Hey, Lyle.
A.K.A.
What's going on, everybody?
A.K.A. Kyle Lewis.
Hey,
and,
I'm fighting with the SiriusXM Owl to get my name back, or at least get Broken Kyle or something like that.
Yes.
So I can get my name back, but the powers that be there really want the name Kyle Lewis for some reason.
Shattered Kyle. Now they're going to...
Shattered Kyle.
Hopefully they won't go like classic WWF would do and just like trot out somebody that just dressed exactly like you. Might not even be a black guy, but he'll just be like, maybe a Puerto Rican, and they'll just try to dress him like you.
Maybe they'll get a new Diesel, new Razor Kyle Lewis. I don't know. Maybe the new guy. I don't know what he looks like. Maybe he's dressed like Kyle Lewis, wears a lot of wrestling shirts and carries around the microphone to let everyone know he's a comedian.
Absolutely. You can find Kyle on Twitter at Keep It 5-Star. That's FIVE. He is formerly of SiriusXM's Busted Open, and he is also a part of 3-Man Booth right now, which is more good, fun wrestling content. Now, before we get into previewing the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, I want to talk a little bit about what we saw at Extreme Rules. We saw the Fatal 5-Way go down. We actually saw a couple things that we didn't think was going to happen. I didn't think the tag titles would change hands. They did. Cesaro and Sheamus walked out with them. I thought Austin Aries could walk out with the Cruiserweight title. He did not. And we saw Samoa Joe win the Fatal 5-Way. Now, I don't remember what your pick was in that match, but what out of those 3 things, what was the most shocking thing to you on that show?
I think the most shocking thing was Joe. I thought they would like throw Brock a bone with like Bray Wyatt and save Samoa Joe for a bigger pay-per-view, but they want this Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view to be. They got some big balls for the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view, and doesn't get any bigger than Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe.
And Brandon's prediction of Dean Ambrose breaking his penis did not happen on that show.
Unfortunately, it did not. I'm sorry.
And the Hardy Boys will not remain undefeated for the rest of time because that did not happen either. But
the other shocker was Bayley. Bayley got creamed. Oh,
yeah, that was like a 5-minute match, and I mean,
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what they do with the women.
I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss looks like it's coming up. I think that'll actually be cool to see Nia Jax. I mean, they built her up to just sit her at home and not have her do anything. Wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I hope we get some good feuds.
But yeah, that was a fantasy booking match. Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar is finally going to happen. I didn't know if WWE would pull the trigger on it, but I tweeted this after it went out. There is a legit chance, Brandon, and this might actually get you to tune in, a legit chance that someone could A, either die in this match, or B, they just get into a real shoot fight, because these 2 dudes are some of the most physical performers, and they are just masses of men. Like, something crazy could happen. Like what's?
Oh, no, I agree.
Lyle Kuis just broke into somebody's house.
This is a real life episode of Grand Theft Auto happening.
Oh, you're hearing
right down the podcast.
Scott Steiner's making his entrance right now. I live in the hood, Brooklyn. That's just
the big
natural ambiance for us.
Yes.
That's so siren sounds. You're just like, you don't fall asleep without them.
That's like the birds chirping.
I'll be able to sleep. Be able to sleep peacefully. I just don't wear a hoodie. I just got to make sure I'm okay.
What do you think? What do you think that match would look like, though? Because I mean, I'm convinced that at WrestleMania in Dallas, I'm convinced that Brock Lesnar Reigns match turned into a bit of a shoot a little before Seth Rollins came in, and I would not be surprised if this match got a little crazy too, because that's where we got the famous Suplex City thing from. Because Brock was legit mad at Reigns, it seemed like. And he let off a Suplex City line. This match could be all-time, like, Botchamania, or all-time, like, hey, guys, hey, kids, grandkids, gather around. I'm going to show you this time where 2 wrestlers died 20 years ago in the ring.
This is either going to be really good or really horrible. There's no in-between. If Brock Lesnar's willing to work and willing to actually put on, do everything besides a couple of suplexes, then I think we'll have a good match. I think they're both going to hit each other very hard. I think they're not going to hold back any punches. It won't be like Randy Orton where the match stops. Like, I think if Brock is willing and WWE is willing to take that chance, you're going to have a match that still makes Joe look like a star, but Brock Lesnar comes out as champion.
All right, run through this. We're going to run through this Money in the Bank card real quick, which is one of my favorite pay-per-views. I've not been to one live. I want to eventually get to
me too.
One. The Tag Team Championship, the New Day has returned, and they are going to take on the Usos. What are your thoughts on this one?
I think the Usos should retain. The Usos are when the New Day was absent, SmackDown had a very weak tag division, and they've built it up with the Usos and Breezango, and I think the New Day needs some freshening up. I don't want to see the Bootios and at least some type of modification of Bootios, if you can even make that possible. But if the New Day wins, then it's back to same old, same old. I think the Usos have been killing it. Let the Usos keep their titles.
I was actually a little surprised that the New Day, they did get a pop when they came out, but it wasn't as big as I had imagined it would be. And they came out and they did their thing, and it was entertaining, but I'm kind of wondering what their future holds on SmackDown Live for sure. Brandon, see the list I have pulled up in front of Brandon now has no pictures on it, so he has absolutely nothing to go off of.
Oh no, he just got names.
He's going to struggle. Usos versus the New Day.
I'm going New Day.
New Day. All right. Now this is the match I'm most excited about, and let me know which match you're most excited about too, Kyle. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match, first time in history, going down on SmackDown Live. We have Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Natalya versus Carmella versus Tamina Snuka. How crazy do you imagine this match could be, and who do you think will come out with the briefcase?
This is another match that's either going to be really good or really bad. I really wish it would be Tamina. I know it's not going to be Tamina. Tamina's just kind of been there forever, and just like her dad died. Like, give her something.
Yeah.
I think we're actually going to get Carmella. I think Carmella's going to walk away with it. She's also been another character that was started out low but is now on fire. So I think Carmella, or maybe they have someone like James Ellsworth try and cash it in because he's such a clown. But my money's on Carmella, and I think this match will steal the show. I'm looking forward to it.
I've heard a lot of people pick Carmella so far, and I think it's pretty cool that in almost a calendar year we've had Charlotte do two things a woman has never done. First, women's Money in the Bank ladder match winner, she's going to participate in that first ever match, and then she won the first ever women's Hell in a Cell. That's a big thing to say. Carmella is going to be your first winner. That's the only thing that kind of gives me pause to it. I'm also a little concerned about can this match be good with the workers that are in it? We know Becky and Charlotte are really good. I mean, there's really no chance for high spots in this match.
No.
Maybe you get a Charlotte moonsault off a ladder.
Yeah,
but
Charlotte's she'll God bless her. She'll try and do that moonsault, and hopefully she lands because that's very scary.
But you're missing the other athletes. Naomi and Alexa Bliss aren't going to be in this match. Bliss is on Raw, and Naomi's going to be watching, so that gives me pause.
But you have four of them are seasoned wrestlers. You got Becky Lynch, you got Charlotte, you got Natalya, you got Tamina, and you got Carmella, who's okay, but she's still learning. So I think everyone's going to at least protect each other and make sure spots go off pretty flawlessly. The other thing I could see happening is Becky Lynch wins the Money in the Bank and eventually turns heel and cashes in.
I was just about to
Charlotte or Naomi or something like that.
This is why Lyle Lewis is in the Impact Zone. Kyle Lewis, a.k.a. Keep It 5-Star on Twitter. That, I think, is the best story arc you can get. Becky wins it. Charlotte somehow gets the title from Naomi, which I feel like she should just have a rematch anyway because she kind of got screwed. And then Becky cashes in on her when she least expects it. And we get a heel Becky, which is kind of what she played before she even came into the main roster anyway. That would be fantastic. Brandon, do you have a name here? You would probably like James Ellsworth if you saw him because he's as obnoxious as you are.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are we still talking about the women's match here?
Yeah.
I'm rooting for, let's go with Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte.
All right. It's
a good guess. You can't really go wrong with her.
You don't want to put
if she wins, you don't want to upset about it.
Put that milestone on somebody who's going to be out of the company in 2 years, and you have to look back and rewrite history, which they often do. Money in the Bank ladder match.
We miss you, AJ Lee.
Yes, traditional Money in the Bank ladder match with the guys over on the other side. AJ Styles versus KO versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler and Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin. Initial thoughts on this one?
I think it's going to be a great match. Everyone's been killing it on SmackDown Live, all 6 of them, even the Big Breakfast himself, Baron Corbin. And I honestly think that that's the guy who they're going to give it to. I think Baron Corbin is going to win this Money in the Bank ladder match because everybody else is already set. Kevin Owens is fine. AJ Styles is fine. Sami Zayn is fine. Dolph Ziggler will always be Dolph Ziggler. It's over for him. And Shinsuke Nakamura, these guys will already be main eventers no matter what you do throughout the year. Baron Corbin needs an extra accolade to add to his his resume. So I think Baron Corbin, this big giant dude with the Money in the Bank, can cash in at any time. I think it'll help elevate Corbin to the next level. I don't even like Corbin.
Yeah,
I think that's where they're going to go.
And that's the former Colts player, Brandon, so you might as well roll with him.
All right.
That's one of the things that I looked at coming into this was that, first of all, Corbin was red hot headed into WrestleMania, and they didn't put the IC title on him. Ambrose left and went over and took it to Raw. And also, Corbin's been losing a lot lately for a young guy that they have faith in. When you lose a lot in WWE, Brandon, you'll learn this. It's usually a good thing because that means they're about to give you some kind of reward. And it seems like his might be the briefcase. I've never seen somebody seem like they were trying so hard, Kyle, and still not be very good. I feel like literally like when he's on the microphone, he's hitting all the lines and he's saying what he's supposed to say, but it's like he's reading it for the first time. And he's that one dude in your elementary school class that did not want to read, so you always called on him with popcorn. He's that dude.
He does seem like a super senior. Like the way he looks, I remember for a while he had that prepubescent mustache. He seems like just a guy who was held back too many times. He loves his new metal. He loves his Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit. God help him. He has a weird look to him, though.
He is Roger Klotz in wrestling form. Is who he
is Roger Klotz. He is the WWE version of Roger Klotz. My mind is officially blown. Oh, my God. That means Sami Zayn is Doug. Oh,
yeah,
no.
Sami Zayn is absolutely Doug. That is awesome.
Somebody draw this. This right away. Oh,
Cousin
my God.
Skeeter on a pole match coming soon. Brandon, pick one of these guys.
I'm rolling with Kevin Owens because I have a friend named Kevin Owens.
Yeah, he's actually Kevin Browens because he's black. So,
my Kevin Owens is black too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the wrestler.
All right, way to ruin the joke, Brandon. We appreciate that.
Although in the racial draft, if Kevin Owens was available, we would have drafted the WWE's Kevin Owens on the black side because he doesn't care. He's very aggressive. We need people like that.
Absolutely. French Canadian. All right. We heard Naomi is going to be on this card. We do not know how she's going to be utilized. Some people are saying Lana might be involved. Some people are speculating Asuka. I don't see any of that happening. So I don't know if you have any guesses on what's going to happen, or we can just skip over that and get to the WWE championship match with Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton. Any idea what's going to be going on with Naomi?
For Naomi, they have people on the reserve. I don't think they would let her lose. They wouldn't let her feed her the Asuka. Maybe Summer Rae. We saw her in the Breezango segment. Maybe Summer Rae comes in, gets a quick loss to Naomi, and Naomi stays strong. Summer's back, and you got another woman.
It would have been a great opportunity to me for her to go up against Ellsworth in some kind of weird stipulation match. Jinder Mahal, the Maharaja versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton's getting his rematch in his hometown, I believe, because this is in St. Louis, right? Hometown.
Yeah.
For the WWE Championship. Will WWE do what it usually does and make a star lose in their hometown?
I think Orton's losing in his hometown. He's either losing or you're getting a no contest. You're going to get, I think, Rusev, who has been conspicuously absent, will come in and interrupt both of those guys, leading to a triple threat match in the future, either at the next SmackDown pay-per-view or at the next SummerSlam. So I think Ruru is going to make his triumphant return, this time without Dancing Lana, and we'll have a new feud.
Handsome Rusev.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You can run and tell my city I'm on, I'm on, I'm on, I'm on, I'm on, I'm on. You can run and tell my city it's on.